Not Doc, but Mike Tomlin has pieced together something out of nothing.
You never heard of me?
You're the only person who does not say that. Because you
Rivers,
are different. That's
if we be honest, Doc Rivers has done way more than Mike Tomlin has in his sport.
Because Doc Rivers should have done more. Doc Rivers had Embiid for the last 4 years.
You had Big Ben, who you thought was the greatest.
Big Ben at the very end, who you have said looked like a drunk, who looks terrible his last couple years.
Welcome to an all-new episode of What Now, where we take the hottest sports topics. Hold on, I just unplugged my computer. I'm sorry.
We take the hottest sports topics, we dissect them, correct them,
and bring them to you from our perspective. I'm Jamie, and along with me is Tobias, Tyreek, Malin, and Jalen.
Yeah, what it do, flight crew? My bad. That's somebody else's intro.
Oh my God.
That's so deep. What up, gang? Sorry, we in this thing piped up.
I'm telling you, bro, we need a censor button. Like,
oh my goodness.
We in this thing piped up. You did. You know my team back in the finals, like nothing ever happened.
What team?
Which team?
Big Miami vibes.
Word.
That's crazy.
So, but I can't be a Kings fan though.
You feel me?
Wait, no. I can't be a Kings fan though.
No.
Hey, you can be a Heat fan?
Yes.
Come on now.
You didn't know anybody on the
bias is
Kings
real.
until you didn't know anybody.
You cannot name the starting five.
Yes, I can. Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, Malik.
He don't start.
What's his last name?
He might as well start.
Something's wrong with Malin's mic.
Malik Monk.
That's not how that works.
Who else we got?
Malin, sit down, bro. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I had to plug something up. It was gonna go down like last week.
Oh, where you went? Mela disappeared for a minute.
All right, so instead of us just talking, I'm gonna go ahead and start with my take. I don't think Jaylen Brown wants to be a Celtic anymore.
You think you gonna quit?
It's not hot. It's not a hot take.
Not quit. I didn't say it was hot. That's just my take. No, I just feel like he don't want to be there no more. It's just I don't know. I just getting that vibe. I just getting that vibe from him. Like I feel like he feel like they hit their ceiling.
You sense it in the spirit, brother?
Yeah. Exactly.
Why you think that?
Because his play kind of has gone down. Like his energy seems like it's gone down. Even in his press conferences, it seemed like he don't really want to.
He definitely don't want to talk.
I can see that. Yeah,
like don't want to talk to nobody.
I mean, who wouldn't though? Really?
When they asked about Grant Williams, he was like, "Next question."
Because he's getting. I have a feeling that he's a quiet person, but he wants the shine as well. And I feel like he's never going to get it with Jason Tatum.
But I don't think he can. I don't think he's ready for the spotlight. I really don't, because he had the opportunity in Game 7 and he fumbled. He folded basically. I mean, like he had the time.
I mean, but he's never going to be considered the best player on that team.
He's not good enough.
He's never exactly. Thank you. Yeah, he's never going to be considered the best player on any team. Like, and then on top of that, like, I mean, I can see why he's frustrated. To me, what's his like three Eastern Conference Finals that he's that they haven't been able to pull through with, because it was 2008. I think it was 18 he was there, 20, and then now 23.
I can tell you the real problem with the Celtics is they don't have a real point guard.
Ooh,
they had like a Chris Paul or a Rondo or just a general floor leader, they would be way better off, because both of them two wings cannot handle the ball. They can't handle the ball that much and have all those turnovers. And then the starting point guard is Marcus Smart. He's literally only there for defense.
Did y'all see?
They don't really have a guard. I mean, what's buddy name that just brought over Brogdon, but he's just not good enough. If they had like an actual guard, I think they would be 10 times better. But I don't think Jaylen Brown want to be there. I've been feeling like that for months though.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell. Still my take.
You said somebody's gonna steal your take.
It's been over the internet for months already.
Oh, here he go capping again. Come on, y'all.
You can literally look it up, sir.
He turned into Malin.
Look, hey, look, now look. You need an origin story again.
Oh, wait, we can't hear you, Malin. Your mic messed up a little bit. What'd you say?
Been under the water this whole time.
Under the sea.
What you had said, Malin?
Under
I was
the
saying-
sea.
Most of the time my points are valid about your tweets.
What?
That's what y'all was talking
No, I just saying you be capping.
about. Oh,
about your own takes.
I do not.
You talking about you be writing in your book and you don't got
I haven't written that book since football season.
Hey,
so-
y'all
I'm about to say, yeah. Remember that book y'all was keeping?
Y'all
Yeah.
remember that draft we did? He showed his handwriting. It was like, what is
Nah, that's it.
you was doing it on the fly, bro? You straight, but
Yeah.
should have kept that down.
All right, so
So predictions?
I actually had a question about the Celtics real quick. Since, like you said, Jaylen Brown, like you said, you don't think you want to be there. Who would you replace him with to win a championship with the Celtics?
I think they need a guard. I think they need to at least get somebody equal to Jaylen Brown.
Bring Chris Paul over.
No, that's not gonna cut it.
I mean, it's better than what they got now. They ain't got a point.
Chris Paul is not better
Not
than Jaylen
really
Brown.
though.
I'm
Not
saying
really.
bring him over in addition. That's what I'm saying. Bring him like
No,
I'm
you
like to
said-
Jalen's
you were
point.
saying Jaylen Brown wants to leave, so who would you replace him with to win a championship?
I don't think they need anybody who to place him with. The
I'm
problem is
trying
what
to
Jalen
think.
said. They don't have a point. They need a point.
All right, but what if Jaylen Brown doesn't want to be there, like he said, that he leaves? Who would you replace him with?
I mean, they can place with anybody. They're still gonna be stuck in the same position. I think.
they are going to be stuck in the same
That's
position.
not my
But
question. I said, who would you replace him with to win the championship?
I don't know. It could be any.
I don't think they. I don't really
You
think
just
they
messed up
win
the
a
whole
championship. But I would say you need a two-way player, like a two-way guard. I'm trying to think of somebody who's just like out there.
Bradley Bill.
For instance, this is not going to happen. But if you put Jimmy Butler in that team, they're winning the championship. If you put a Jimmy Butler type player on that team, they're winning
I saw a
championship.
thing where it said if you put Luke on that team, he would have had about 2 or 3 rings already. Y'all believe that?
No.
Because Jason Tatum and Luka played exactly the same.
Celtics gave me Bills. Celtics gave me
Luka's way
Bills
more
vibes.
aggressive than Jason Tatum.
He said what?
So Luke is way more aggressive than Jason Tatum.
I mean, they still both aggressive. They still both aggressive.
Did you compare it to the Bills? You said.
Yeah, they give me Bills vibes. Like I think they've hit their ceiling, and I don't really see what else they can really do at this point.
I would say
That's a good-
they're better than the Bills because I don't. How many AFC championships have they been to?
The Bills, I think they've been to 2 since Josh Allen been around, but they
I think it's just
I think they at this point they just have to play better. They just have to get there. Like I don't think they can really add anything else outside of like a real deal superstar like that just adds major talent. I think they just have to play better. They like they supposed to beat the Heat regardless.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Like you supposed to at least be back in the finals. Like you didn't have to play. You didn't have to go through the Bucks. You're better than the Sixers. Like you should be back in the finals. Like in the story.
Do you think that they're gonna get blown up this summer?
You mean just basically split up Jalen and Jason?
I think if they do that, they're gonna do the whole team. I don't think they're gonna try to like. I don't think if they. I think they split them up. I don't think they're competing next year.
That's
Not
their core right
competing,
now.
but I don't think they're contending for a title.
If Jalen Brown
Something
leaves,
big happens.
if Jalen Brown leaves, where do you see him playing? What's a good spot for him?
Man, I want that man in Atlanta so bad, bro. I want to start in Atlanta so bad. But
I would like
that'd be
like
nice.
I was thinking when you first asked me that, Malin, I was like, trade him straight up for DeJounte Murray, but I don't think the Celtics would ever do that.
DeJounte Murray. He's good, but he's not Ian Brown.
Yeah.
Well, the Hawks about to trade Trey. I think Trey already played his last game for the Hawks.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of them things. It's like you got to go, bro.
He's not coachable. That's what they've been saying. But
And
I mean, 2 coaches and like if they still saying the same thing, I mean, it probably is. You're a problem.
Yeah, and they're not winning. Like that one run that they had to the Eastern Conference Finals kind of gave them 2 to 3 more years that they really didn't have.
That's
So
true.
it's like I think it's time to blow the Hawks up for sure. And I don't think Jaylen Brown would be the answer for the Hawks, even if they kept Trae Young.
No, I don't think so. I don't think the Hawks can do it.
Rebuild. Golly.
Why isn't Atlanta like a destination?
You know why they're a destination.
No, I'm saying why aren't they? Like, why
Oh,
don't we start, let's just team up and.
I feel like people don't take the Hawks serious. Even in the playoffs, when you got the Hawks match, like you just hear people, that game should only win this, it should only win that. Like, well, I don't think nobody takes Atlanta serious. Like, you don't want to go there unless there's another piece there.
If you got like for instance, after Shaq left the Heat, they weren't that good until they didn't really weren't that good until LeBron got there again. But it like it takes that player to actually like catapult it.
The Heat have culture too. Like I think I said this before. The Heat gives me Ravens vibes. To be honest with you, like they don't.
He gives me new era Spurs vibes.
I get in terms of football, I get Ravens vibes. It's like they don't win every year, but they're always competitive and they have a great culture. They really haven't won anything since LeBron left, which is like the Ravens. They haven't really won anything since Ray Lewis left. But we always competitive, and it's always a contender, but it's just not getting over that last hump. They're just not as good as the top team, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's not bad, Chris. I had to see where you was going with that first one.
Yeah.
Raven, y'all start looking at him crazy.
I know.
I'll be like, what is he about to say?
I don't know why.
Jamie, what you got to say?
Let's talk free agents.
Let's get it.
All right.
I'm listening.
Oh, let's see who the big free agents this year.
Austin Reeves.
He made himself some money, but I don't want to say he's a big free agent.
He gonna get a contract though.
For the Lakers, he's a big free agent.
He definitely made himself.
He's played himself into a contract. That's just what happens.
Do you think he's worth the money though? Do you think he's gonna be worth the money?
It depends what money you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. What we've been seeing, the 20 mil a year and everything. The 4 years, 4 years, 20 million. You think he's worth that?
4 year, 50 million. It's not a year.
4 year, 50.
It's not a year.
For a year.
Yeah, it's the whole contract.
I don't know.
50 for 4.
We're telling you.
I'll give him 50 for 4.
Not 50 million a year, Tobias. I don't even think LeBron makes 50 million a year. It's 40.
Let me see.
That's like 18 million a year.
Okay, keep moving. God dang, they was milking that thing. God dang.
We just wanted you to admit that you was wrong.
I didn't say nothing. I said okay. So keep moving.
No, you was like,
oh my God,
like,
Jalen, give your point, Jalen.
All right, so like I was trying to say, some of the big names this summer are James Harden, Kyrie, Draymond Green,
all of them suck.
Russell Westbrook, Chris Middleton,
all of them.
Let's see, D'Angelo Russell,
gotta go.
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks.
He's actually
worse and worse.
He's actually the best player on that list.
Oh my God.
Dylan Brooks.
He's just trying to be different right now.
Outside of Kyrie.
The top 3 names are Harden, Kyrie, and Draymond.
Harden sucks. Harden needs to go retire, go to a strip club or something. Harden don't want to play basketball for real no more.
He already probably got a couple songs written down.
You say he trying to rap.
Him and Lil Baby.
He already that one song with Lil Baby on the feature gonna blow him up anyway.
What y'all think? Where y'all think Kyrie gonna land?
He ain't going to LA. I want everybody to get that to their head right now. He ain't going there.
The Lakers do this every single summer. Like literally, I don't remember the last time Lakers haven't had one of those summers where they had the jersey swap with like 7 superstars. Like they do this every summer.
It's like the Cowboys.
Kyrie might stay in Dallas.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd probably stay in Dallas, to be honest. I feel like they give him like a 2-year deal.
I don't think nobody would give him a 4-year deal unless they're desperate. But again, he has a choice. He's not gonna. He wants to compete.
I need somebody.
Might not be there for him, like they saying.
I need somebody to trade for Dame, bro. Dame is trying so hard to say he doesn't want to leave Portland, but he knows he wants to so bad.
He don't admit he's wrong. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not really wrong. Bro.
I don't know.
I mean, what is his? I don't. When did he come in the league? 2013.
Dame been in the league for a while. Yeah, Dame been in the league for a minute.
Yeah, he about 12, 13 years in now.
Yeah,
He a vet. He a vet.
He about 34. He need to go somewhere. Like nobody want to see playing Portland, bro. We do not care. We do not care about your loyalty.
Buzzer beaters no more.
Right. We do not care about your loyalty, bro. We do not care. I promise you don't care.
He be on the podcast like talking about like dudes don't want to work, they running from the grind, they running from the work. Like, bro, he still hasn't made it yet. Like, you can't say that if you haven't made it. Like that you can only make that argument if you want it all. If you made it that far. He's never made that far.
The grind only goes so far.
There's no process, there's no grind. He grind himself to the first round of playoffs and out. That's it.
And
he just grinding and grinding.
You know, he should go to Miami. I think him, Jimmy, and Bam will be great.
Oh,
That
sure.
would.
I think I want to see Dame. I want to see Dame compete somewhere. It's hard to see.
Sixers.
I mean, it's hard to see him in the East. The Sixers, him and Embiid will be disgusting, bro. If they can keep the same team, like if you can trade Harden for Dame,
That'll Dennis Maxey a little bit. You think they want to do that?
Yeah, nah, that's the only reason why they wouldn't do it. They got to get Tobias out of there. No. Tobias sucks.
What do y'all think about Embiid? Do you think Embiid they're gonna there's a possibility that Embiid will leave Philly?
Embiid, they might be tired of him, but they not done.
But like what's his name said?
The 76ers had multiple number 1 picks in the last 15 years. The only reason they're good is because of Embiid.
Right.
Like that's the only reason that they're good.
But at this point they haven't been able to get all the way. So do you think like Atlanta? Like
I mean, he had
Doc
Rivers as a coach. He had James Harden as a point guard. He had
why are we not talking about that? The Doc Rivers. Like why did they got rid of Doc Rivers just to get Nick Nurse? Like what?
That was. I
think that's a good pickup though. For the Sixers.
Are you upgrading?
Yeah, exactly. That's the question. Or like it seemed like it's just a different culture. I mean,
yeah,
same type of culture.
I mean, he is. That's an upgrade to me.
Doc Rivers is not a good coach.
Like,
come on, we can't dismiss Doc Rivers like that. Doc Rivers is a good coach. It's different from saying he's overrated and he's a good coach.
We already had the conversation.
We already had this debate. I would take Nick Nurse over Doc Rivers.
I know you can say that, but we can't say he's not a good coach now. We can't say Doc Rivers ain't a good coach.
He's not.
You can say he's overrated, but not a good coach.
What you mean by good coach? Are you trying to win a championship or are you trying to win games in the regular season?
Yeah, you hire him to win championships. Take it over him, but you can't do that.
Y'all would literally say that Nick Nurse will bring them a championship before Doc Rivers. That's what y'all.
Probably, I would if I had to bet on it. Yes.
Yes, I would too. I think Nick Nurse can win you a game 7.
I think Nick Nurse just won the championship 4 years ago.
With an incredible once in a lifetime run by Kawhi.
Doc Rivers getting vibes.
If we be honest, Nick Nurse shouldn't even have a ring right now because that one shot should not have.
I was gonna say that shot over Doc Rivers.
That should have not happened. Like let's be honest, that should have not happened. And then Doc Rivers would have been in a different position now. You say Doc Rivers has been moving on.
Doc Rivers is like Mike Tomlin.
Okay, now he's just saying. Now Tyreek's just saying stuff right now.
Just think about it, bro. He had success early. He been regular season is always always okay. It's okay.
We're not going to talk about Mike Tomlin because Mike Tomlin has made something out of nothing. So like you just hop off Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin's been over.
What is something? 9-8?
Yes, they just had a new quarterback. They just got a rookie quarterback. They lost their number one player on the team for over half the season. not Doc Rivers. Mike Tomlin has pieced together something out of nothing. You're the only person who does not say that because you want to be different. That's
if we be honest, Doc Rivers has done way more than Mike Tomlin has in his sport.
Because Doc Rivers should have done more. Doc Rivers had Embiid for the last 4 years.
You had Big Ben, who you thought was the greatest.
Big Ben at the very end, who you have said looked like a drunk, who looks terrible his last couple of years. And Mike Tomlin has still not had a losing season, even with Ben playing that way. So again, please do not compare. Leave Mike Tomlin out of this because Mike Tomlin beat the overrated charge.
2000, what was that? 10?
When was the last time? All right, if that's the case, then let's talk about John Harbaugh then.
It's not about
John Harbaugh. He's cropping more than John Harbaugh did. I feel like you wouldn't be attacking Mike Tomlin if this wasn't a Steeler thing. I think this is bias right now.
I said Doc Rivers is like Mike Tomlin. You said Doc Rivers is a good coach, so why are you taking it? Why are you getting so defensive?
Because no, he's not. Because it's not a good comparison. Mike Tomlin is an outstanding coach. Mike Tomlin is very easily a top 5 coach in the league.
So you don't think Doc Rivers? So you don't think Doc Rivers is a good coach then?
Doc Rivers is a good coach. He's a good coach.
So you don't think Mike Tomlin?
You're not about to play this psychology game right now. You about to play now. It ain't gonna work.
Can't say
you know what you're doing. Kyrie, you know what you're doing right now. You know what you're doing.
You can't say one or the other.
But anyways, Doc Rivers is a good coach. Yes, he hasn't been able to break that I guess get past that second, he hasn't able to like you said, get past that second level or whatever, or that high level. But
I believe that Doc Rivers has done way more tragic things than he has done good things.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Speaking of, thank you for bringing that up. Like I said,
we were literally talking about something until you tried to trigger him.
Exactly. Yes, that's all he was just trying to talk about.
I
had a good conversation going.
I honestly believe it's a great comparison. You win early.
Don't. You only believe that because of the Steelers. If Mike Tomlin had been on any other team, and if any other team, you wouldn't have said that.
Just listen for a second.
All right, go ahead.
You win early in your career. You're solid the rest of your career, but you're not really winning anything for that period after you won that first one. That's all I'm saying.
I would say the thing I would disagree with is Doc Rivers really wasn't that good of a coach until he won a championship. Like he was like mid. Like he was one of them. He was like mid-level coaches. Like when he coached the like Magic and stuff. Because they blew a 3-1 lead in playoffs in the second round too, before he even won a championship.
Doc has definitely lost a lot in the playoffs.
He had the record.
Hasn't been outside of the second round.
But he's made it. But anyway, as I was saying before, Jason Tatum, his highs are always talked about way more than his lows. Jason Tatum had an awful game 7, and nobody's talking about that. He
was hurt.
He scored. I don't want to hear that. He played the game. I don't want to hear that. He scored 14 points. I think he did have a lot of assists. I'll give him that. But it's all playoffs. He really been shooting poorly. He's just been shooting a lot. So his averages
shot terribly from 3 the whole series.
You said what?
The whole Celtics shot terribly from 3 the whole series.
Yeah,
a brick house.
Nobody talks about it. I'm just saying if.
So what do you want the general narrative to be if you control it?
I believe it should be he's inconsistent.
I don't think anybody is saying that he.
I'm not saying. I mean, I said that before this last game.
I think it should be he's inconsistent, and because I don't think it's talked about enough that he's inconsistent. It's
but
only
like, which superstar really isn't inconsistent anymore?
You said, is it?
Yeah, like which superstar is always going to give you everything?
Jimmy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But every superstar doesn't get the bash. Like who's a good example? I mean, Anthony Davis. Not even just because that's Anthony Davis.
I was waiting on you to tell me.
But Anthony Davis, I wasn't even thinking about AD. But AD is known for being inconsistent. Jason Tatum does the exact same thing, but he's not known for being inconsistent. Like 80s lows are talked about more than his highs are. Where
the 80s slander is, I think the 80s slander is a bit skewed because it's LA and it's LeBron. Because watching all the Pelican games with you, I mean, I feel like he's always been like this. Like, I don't feel like he's like, I'm not gonna say he hasn't gotten any better. He definitely scores less because he was the only person on the team. But I feel like AD being inconsistent, AD being inconsistent is fair. I feel like Jason Tatum being inconsistent is fair. It's like when you start talking about who is somebody who gets praised all the time for like literally no reason at all. I feel like everybody gets slandered the fair amount, unless you're in one of those teams that
Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum's starting to get slandered. He's starting to get slandered.
I don't think so.
But the only reason why AD, not only reason, but one of the reasons why AD is getting slandered over, I guess, again, slandered more than Jason Tatum, because AD, his potential was through the roof. So they expect more. They expect him to be that consistent game in and game. And like what was a game? What was it, 5, 6? I can't remember what game it was. What he had 20-something rebounds and stuff. Like that's the AD that you want to see. You want to see that AD consistently.
But do you believe that Jason Tatum is better than AD?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
A lot of people, maybe you don't, but I guarantee you start ranking players. I think 90% of people will rank Jason Tatum over AD.
I think.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's
now let me ask you this question:
Jason Tatum, maybe.
Is Jason Tatum more?
To be honest.
Is Jason Tatum more consistent than AD? I'll ask you that question.
Well, again, I think that's based off of what the media shows you. They show you AD's inconsistency. They don't show you Jason Tatum's inconsistency.
Well, then what? I guess
I believe it's equal, because this whole playoff, Jason Tatum had.
I would say it's equal.
I don't think Jason Tatum's had 2 good games in a row, and I don't think he's had 2 bad games in a row.
They both had very bad games this playoffs. Both of them. Both have very bad games. Both have had really good games. Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted to say about that one. I had that on my mind since yesterday, and I almost forgot. So thank you, Jalen, for bringing it back up to my headspace.
But yeah, as for the prediction, Nuggets in 6.
What do you think? Okay. After you give your answer, what do you think the key to your prediction?
Jimmy buckets staying hot on the Heat.
Domination by the Nuggets, but I don't want to say it's gonna be a sweep or a gentleman sweep. So I'm gonna just lay it out there and say that Jimmy and them can pull out 1 or 2. So I'm gonna say Nuggets in 6. I think Jokic is going to dominate, and I think there's not going to have an answer for all the pieces that the Nuggets have.
I can see Miami going up there and winning.
It's 7, bro.
I can see Miami going up there and winning both game 1 and game 2.
It's literally going to 7.
I don't think it's going to go to 7.
It's going to 7.
Probably not.
Because look, I can tell you that I probably got Nuggets in 7, just because they have the quote unquote best player in the world. And I think that the Nuggets shoot better than the Heat. I think that they're more offensively efficient and fluid than the Heat. But I do also think that Eric Spoelstra, he schemes up some like defensive schemes sometimes. I'm like, why are you playing like that? Until they get like 4 or 5 stops in a row. For instance, Daniel said this earlier on Twitter, someone from our hometown. He was like,
Daniel's on.
Double Jamal Murray and let Jokic score. When you think about it, you really can't stop Jokic from getting his triple-double or his double-double every single game. So you might as well let him just eat. And that's usually how, like, if you have a super dominant player on the opposite team, that's how you're supposed to defend him. Like when people guard Giannis, let Giannis get his 35, but don't let nobody else do nothing.
That's why I didn't understand.
I think that's how they're going to play them. And I think the reason why the Heat lost, 3 games in a row is because they came back to earth. I don't think those first 3 games were indicative of actually how the Heat play. It's like the games like last night where they grind it out and they just beat you out of pure will. But I just think the Nuggets are
disagree with that.
You do?
Yeah, because the Heat could have won 2 out of those 3 games that they lost. Like especially game 6.
I say game 6. Yeah.
I think Boston just was not that.
I mean, the game that they got lucky on, they got lucky. But the first 3 games, the Heat were playing out of their mind. Like they were like killing them.
Nobody saw that.
Like, it was like, bro, they're shooting like 50% from the field. They're shooting 40% from the 3. Jimmy was going ape. Like
But they really been playing like that all playoffs, other than a few games against the Knicks.
but they were smashing the number 2 seed.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about Terry.
I think it just came. I think it came back to normal. Is basically my point. I don't think they're
They
gonna.
weren't gonna be able to sustain all that just straight.
Yeah, I don't
all
think
the
it was
way through.
sustainable. Is basically my point. But I just think the Nuggets are better, just overall from top to bottom. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Heat win.
My heart
Just
says,
because of the playoff run they're having right now.
my heart says Heat in 6, but my head says Nuggets in 6. I think the
Why don't y'all
It's
think we're
smart.
on to 7 though?
I don't see
I think
it.
if it goes to 7, the Heat win. I don't know.
The Heat have been in playoff mode for too long. I don't think they got enough in them.
Denver been the best team all year.
but
Like,
Denver
literally-
also hasn't played in a week. So I think that's actually going to hurt them in the beginning.
Nah, I think they gonna run circles around the Heat. The Heat they gonna run out of gas.
I just feel
No,
like Denver locked up the number 1 seed a
no.
month before the season ended, and they've been on cruise control. But they're gonna have to bring it versus the Heat for sure. Like it ain't gonna be no walk in the park. Like if they would have played the
I
Celtics,
can see the Heat definitely winning game 1. I can see that.
I can definitely see the Heat winning on other people's court. Like I don't think that the altitude or like home field or home court advantage works against the Heat. But I was going to say something I forgot, but yeah.
Miami are going to win one of the games in Denver minimum, and then I can either see
The
it.
first 2 you mean, or like period?
Yeah, first 2. If Miami wins the series, they're going to be up 3-1 at some point. I think that's how they have to win the series. So they got to win one in Denver for obviously, and then I think they got to win both in Miami. But I don't think I feel like you'll end up at 2-2.
I think it's gonna go literally back and forth.
It
might go like 2-2, 1-1, and then game 7.
I agree.
That's how I see it happening.
I never.
I feel like Denver's not going to be expecting what. I feel like they're not going to expect what's coming from the Heat. Like everybody knows, the Heat. There's some dogs. They're going to give you a fight, but I don't think they're going to be expecting with acts that these guys can actually play. So that's what they've been doing to everybody. They're doing it to everybody all. Say what?
I know what I'm saying. Like we're in the finals now. I don't think it's gonna be one of them things. It's not like the Super Bowl when you're like, how did they make it here? And you take them lightly, and then you get smacked, and you're like, but like it's a 7-game series, and again, everybody in the world has seen what the Heat does. So them taking it lightly is gonna be like, I don't think they're gonna sleep on it for sure.
I mean, Denver gonna have to play at the high. Like I feel like Miami's one of those teams that if you're having a bad day, they're gonna take advantage. So I feel like Denver has got to play.
It's just the thing about Denver, they really don't be having bad games.
What they did,
they really don't be having bad games. And Jokic is
the only way they lose is the role players don't make their shots.
Yeah, like Jokic get his.
I just don't think
game 3 they should have lost
good.
LA.
I mean,
You think
they literally are.
I just don't think so.
I didn't think the same thing until last series. Like sitting there watching, like.
But the thing, I feel like they get the right help at the right time. Like I just don't think like Jamal Murray. So for example, against the Lakers, Jamal Murray went crazy. And if we're being honest, Jamal Murray could have won that finals, Western Conference Finals MVP. But like Jamal Murray, like basically Jokic did what Jokic did. But Jamal Murray had won them those 4 games. Well, Jokic won game 1. Game 1 he was crazy. But
that game they were shooting the lights out. We was talking that night. I forgot what game that was. Was like, I think that was in Denver.
It might have been like 2 or something.
I think it was on 2. I don't think he's gonna have nights like that. I don't think he's gonna have consistent nights like that. But he's bound to have 1 or 2 of them like that. I feel like if the Lakers series would have went 7, he would have had more nights like that.
It's just like because you got to think Devin Booker and KD alone got 2 games up on them. Just them 2. No defense on the team. Just them 2 pure scoring.
But there was a game Devin Booker had 49 and KD had 38.
Exactly. That's
Like,
what I'm
it
saying.
takes-
It's
like,
just
it
them
takes-
two.
But it takes that though for them to pull out a win.
But it also then again you can say it takes Jamal Murray going crazy for them to win too, because Jokic's obviously gonna get his numbers, and then Michael Porter Jr. hitting his. And game 4 with the Lakers, Aaron Gordon went crazy from 3, and Aaron Gordon can't shoot.
I really think that's the whole theme of this playoffs is like the stars have been stars or the stars have not been stars. It's really been the role players like really carrying these teams. And I don't know if I felt that vibe any other year more than this one. Especially like with the LeBron rings or the Steph ring, like it's always been like the stars on top. Even the Kawhi ring or the Giannis ring. Like it's been like the star just shining through. I think this year has been a lot of everybody else playing their part.
That's a lot to do. That's a lot with my coming from Miami too, though.
Yeah,
like a lot of that thinking comes from Miami alone.
But even the Lakers, though, the Lakers had that Rui game. The Lakers had that Lonnie Walker game. You had games like
we never had a D-Lo game.
Leave that man alone. Oh my goodness.
I mean, that was just pathetic.
I mean, that man averaged like 3 points last series. But
take your practice shots after the game, man. Let's go to the locker room.
Okay. This is a good segue then into the quick
I
hitters.
told you about that. We ain't doing them.
It's a good segue for it. All right. So quick hitters. We're gonna do for reals and phonies NBA Finals edition. So we're gonna go through some of the players on the rosters, and then y'all gonna tell me whether you think they for real gonna have an impact on the series or they fakes. If there's somebody you got to worry about, you got to watch out for. So let's start. Which one y'all want to start with? Y'all want to start with the Heat or the Nuggets? Which one? The Nuggies.
You really go back and forth if you want.
I was gonna say go back and forth.
All right, let's do that then. All right, we'll stop. We'll keep. I don't know. We're not gonna do. All right, we're not gonna do Jimmy, and we're not gonna do Joke because and not Joker and Jamal. Those two we ain't gonna do because we know they're for real. All right, let's go.
You don't know.
How you know?
All right, then let's talk. But
You don't know how I feel
Murray.
about him.
Jamal Murray. Let's say for real, phony.
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 See, exactly. You didn't know.
what do you mean by that?
What do you say by that question?
You said, are they gonna have a good series?
No, are they gonna like? Is this somebody you got to watch out for in the series? Who's gonna have like a huge impact? There's somebody you got to worry about. Are they for real? Or are they phonies?
Oh well, yeah, you got to worry about them. I think it's harder to say if you actually think they're gonna have a good, like a really good series. But
Yeah,
you said Jamal Murray, right?
About.
Yes, Jamal Murray.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously you got to worry about him. Now, if I think he's gonna have a good series,
I think you have a good series. I'm not gonna sit here and say you have a great one.
He won't have that Lakers series again. Cause I expect Miami's guards to play better defense than the Lakers did, but I think
you call him a phony for
So better question. You think Jamal Murray's gonna live up to the hype?
I think that's a better
That
question.
should be the for real phony thing. Do you think these players are gonna live up to the standards that we've already set for them or that they have set for themselves?
I'll say for Jamal Murray, I'll just say yeah. I'll say yeah.
Jamal Murray. All right, you got one yeah. I heard
No.
a phony earlier. She said no. Dr. Two Chainz has spoken.
Why
Was that
not?
Jamie?
I just wanted to say no.
Believe in him.
I don't believe in him at all. Jamal.
All right, we'll go. Let's do Kevin Love. Phony.
For real.
We got to answer this in context. Like, we're not comparing him to Jokic. I think Kevin Love has been a great pickup for them. Like, I feel like that he has been a great pickup. Like, them spot up threes at the top of the key been cashed. He's been getting so many rebounds. I wonder what his stats were last or this.
He ain't really been playing though, has he?
No, but they put him in the starting lineup like the last 2 series.
How many minutes he playing for real though? Like 18?
I mean, 18 for a 40-year-old.
Not really.
He's not 2012 Kevin Love, but I'll say for real for Kevin Love for my answer.
Kevin
I'm
Love.
saying
He didn't even play last
Really?
game.
I'm
I'm gonna go phony. 'Cause he ain't play-
Phony. Oh, we got a phony. We like a buzzer for this.
He ain't play game 6.
Play
Is he
7.
hurt? Or he just not playing? Nah, I'm gonna say-
oh,
Coach Spoelstra.
All right. Well, let's keep moving. All right. So what we got? We got one phony, one for real. Dr. Sue Chains, Malin.
But he's for real.
For
I
real.
already said phony. I was the first one to say phony.
Two phonies. Ooh. Okay.
Let's do
All
Udonis
right.
Haslam.
Let's get it a little, huh? Yeah, I was just about to say Udonis Haslam.
Do not
Real
say
He is
quick.
still playing?
He scored like 21 in his one game this
He
season.
did. No, I'm gonna go for real. He for real.
He's gonna be for real. A big impact.
For real. All right, Unc, I see you. All right, Caleb Martin.
All right,
All right, this is Caleb Martin. Since
Who?
phony. Ooh, you don't think he's gonna show up again?
He had a good game.
He had a good
That's what we was
series.
talking about in the chat though. You don't think that he gonna show up again?
I wanted you to hop off, Jimmy. That's all.
I knew that's all it was. But
Just
anyway,
come to the chat. Jimmy,
I just want
Jimmy.
you to admit it. I just want you to admit that. That's
He
it.
be hating.
That's
He
it.
be hating.
Because I ain't go. I don't want to call it a casual, but that's just such a casual thing to come in the chat and say. After
Listen, I've already said it, Joe. You can call it what it is. All right. Anyways, Caleb Martin.
I'll say for real.
For real.
Caleb Martin, I'm gonna say
I don't think he's gonna give you what he gave
He
you
ain't gonna do
the last two games, but I think he's gonna come through when he needs to come through.
I'll say for real too.
Yeah, for reals and a phony. Well, I think he's a phony.
Phony.
I don't think he's gonna have that much big of an impact on the upcoming games. But
You don't like
let's go. Bam. Bam.
Phony.
Bam. Bam. Ooh.
Trusky.
Jokic is about to
I think it's a tough one though. I do think it's a
I
tough
say
one.
for real. Bam is underrated on defense. He doesn't get enough love on defense.
I don't think he's underrated. I think he's a good defender. I
feel
think
like-
he's a really good defender.
But people don't talk about him like they should.
But Bam's gonna have to step. He's not.
We
He
gotta stop
can't just
listening
play
to the general
defense.
media, bro. We gotta start moving with our own opinions.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to hear what them other folks say.
Well, obviously that's what I'm saying. I don't think people talk about him.
Yeah.
I think he's better, but they don't. I don't think they talk about him.
I feel like he's
I
got.
think he's gonna give. I think he'll give Jokic problems on the offense end because he'll be able to pull him out a little bit. Because Bam can pass that thing and he be handling the ball sometimes.
We don't see.
So we got.
I
I
think
say
he'll
for real.
kill him anyway.
Reek, you got phony for real.
For real.
For real. Jamie,
For real.
for real. All right, let's hop on over to the Nuggies real quick. Aaron Gordon for real phony.
Phony.
I'm gonna say phony. I don't like him personally. There's something about bro.
I don't like him either. Dad.
There's something about him. It's like something
Oh,
about
yeah.
him.
He
There's
always got.
something about him.
He gives me that Joaquin Noah kind of vibe, but he's not that guy though. That's the thing. Like he's not like Joaquin. Like Joaquin, he was actually that guy. Like Joaquin was a good defender. He's a good player. Aaron Gordon ain't scaring nobody. Is it Joaquin? Joakim? I can't say his name.
Literally
Joakim. I'm sorry. I can't.
Uh,
I forgot the English version of that word. My
Stop
bad.
saying that.
I'm bilingual. All right.
He said like 5 times.
I'll say he's phony.
I say in this series,
I don't know.
this series will be a phony because I don't think there's anybody because he's there for his defense, and I don't think there's anybody for him to really have to guard like that for real on Miami. So like they'll probably put him on Bam, to be honest.
I was about to say they'll probably put him on Bam, and he's a slasher, so Jokic always finds him cutting. He's always getting
Yeah,
dunks.
I'm gonna still say phony though. I don't think you have that.
I'll say
big-
phony. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but can we say? I don't know. Defense is important, but can we say if they're only just there for defense, that makes them like less of a player? I feel like that's an excuse to bail them out.
If that's your role, no.
It
But
depends
if
on
your
how good-
role is to be a two-way player and you play like Paul George sometimes, then I'm calling you a phony.
But I feel like to be a starter on a team, you need to be a two-way player. You can't just be one.
Not necessarily, though. Not necessarily.
Unless you're
I
really,
mean,
really good. Like,
it's all within context. It's all within
Like,
context.
like,
That's
of
the
course,
media
Steph.
overtaking your mind, brother.
Okay, here you go.
It's all within context because, like, you got people like
Kyrie.
Steph that can't guard really anything. for him.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just about to say
But
Steph.
like he's
Steph
so
is-
good offensively, and like
Steph
Kyrie.
is underrated.
No, Steph is definitely underrated.
Okay.
I hate what
We're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep
my
moving
hot
on.
take
We
next
gotta
week.
keep
I'm
moving
about to go on a rant because Steph
All right,
led the league in steals.
Michael Porter Jr.
Right.
for real phony.
For real. got that clip on.
You want to talk about
his
inconsistent? He's inconsistent.
Michael
He might be
Porter also. This
boy
dude's
is
getting
on
paid 30
fire,
million.
boy.
Is his back okay now?
I mean, he was a number 1 pick, wasn't he?
No, not number one. He was
What
Nah,
about
He
picks?
was supposed to be number 1.
yeah, I think he had got back surgery or something, so he dropped. And I don't think he played his first year.
No, he didn't.
Michael, don't pass the rock, Porter Jr.
I'm gonna say
He was 14, actually.
Michael Porter Jr. is getting paid $30 million a year.
He got that green light.
that's
I
because
mean,
he was hurt until he had to get the bag, so they had to give it to him.
That's
I would
crazy.
say
I'm going phony with Michael Porter.
I'm gonna go phony just because he's so inconsistent and he shoots so much. It's like I can't.
I told you he don't pass the rock. As soon as he touch it, boy, he already in shooting for him. As soon as it's coming to
Like
him.
me for
He ain't afraid to pull the trigger.
He's
He
what
gonna
Kyle
shoot his-
Kuzma. He's what Kyle Kuzma used to be. But
And Kyle Kuzma is so goofy, bro.
And Kyle Kuzma. He better than Lakers, Kyle Kuzma. Like, you know,
Let's go
I don't know,
hop back
I'm gonna
over
say
to the Heat. So wait, well, I'm sorry. What we get? We got 2 phonies. Jay, did you say
I
phonies?
said
Well? Oh, we got 1 for real. So we
I
got
said for real.
2 for real. And then,
so for real.
we got 3 phones. So 3 phonies, 2 for real. Okay. All right. Let's talk Heat again here. We'll go 2 people real quick. We can go Duncan Robinson first.
Phony.
Real phony. Really? What?
Get him out of
His
here.
name is Duncan.
Mid on BD.
Phony.
Now he is also very inconsistent.
phony. He's
Bro,
only
he
there,
got benched last year in the playoffs. If y'all remember.
he's only there to shoot threes, and he missed 2 game-winning threes in Game 6.
Duncan,
Wide
Duncan, you
open.
He
inconsistent.
didn't play in the playoff last year.
You know, Duncan, you may be inconsistent, but I'm gonna rep you. I'm gonna call you Frill because you a Michigan man.
If Tyler Hero was
You
playing, he would not be
Michigan
playing.
So,
That is true.
When did you find out Duncan Robinson went to Michigan?
bro, don't try me
Or
about
did
Michigan
you
fan.
read
You
this
can try
out?
about any other topic. Don't try me about Michigan.
You don't watch
I've
Michigan
been
basketball.
watching, yes, I do. Anyway, we'll keep moving on. We'll keep moving on. We're gonna stay focused. We're gonna stay focused. We're gonna stay focused here, brother. We're gonna stay focused. Victor Oladipo, for real phony.
What?
For real.
Not playing.
Yeah,
You're a bad person.
For real phony.
For real.
He's not about to play.
And he gonna for real keep that bench warm. He's for real.
he's
Bro, he's
hurt.
hurt. Y'all can't relax.
He hasn't played basketball.
He hasn't played in like a month.
He hasn't played like 3 years.
I mean, honestly,
And I'm
So is he not for real?
He's
next
for real.
person, bro.
about to be in street clothes.
All right.
Might be out the league next year.
Jeff Green, chill. I
Because
ain't
he can't
expect
stay
her-
healthy.
Green?
I ain't expect for her to go that far now. Jeff Green.
Saying Jeff Green before Kyle Lowry is insane to me.
I'm honestly just hopping back and forth between these things.
pause. I think I'm gonna go phony.
Jeff Green? You gonna say phony for everybody, Jalen?
Yeah, if you're not a top 6 player, you're phony. I mean,
Oh,
So Melo was always a phony because he was never top 6.
I'm not somebody. I don't care what you say.
Here and there. Probably 1 or 2 years he was top 6.
1 or 2 years.
I'm just saying.
I give you that. One or
Jeff
two.
Green be playing. I'll say for real. Sorry, talking about the legend.
Jeff Green is a phony. That's the one player you're supposed to say phony for real.
all right. So we got phony. We're gonna do. They got time for 2 more. All right, KCP.
Hold on, what you said, Malin? We ain't hear
I
you.
said he don't even be waiting to see what nobody's gonna say. He hear one for real or phony. Oh, we're gonna go home.
All right, then for real phony. Give your take. Here's your opportunity. Here's your floor, Melvin.
Melvin.
Huh?
The player.
What was the player? Who do we say? Jeff Green? Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Green, for real.
Why? You got the floor, brother. I'm letting you get the floor at the top.
He's a good player to come off the bench. He might be a little old, but he provides good minutes and good energy.
They'll dunk on your head too.
Okay, I like that. All right. I like that take. Good job. KCP. All right, got 2 more. All right, KCP.
Phony. I don't think KCP. He was going crazy for no reason against us, only because he was a Laker.
You keep talking about the Lakers, bro. They haven't played in 2 weeks.
Yeah, he never mind.
Hey, nah. When you was tweeting about AD and the Lakers didn't play that day, that had me cry. Like, bro, shut up. Like,
What did I even say? I don't even remember what I said.
I don't remember. I can find it. But I was like, bro, the Lakers have not played today. It's just like AD. 30. Give it a rest.
I don't even know what I said. I'm about to find it.
KCP? Don't need. Boy, play on house arrest. No, he for real. He might have that shiz out for short ski.
Maybe not.
Maybe not though. He a good player. Rick just hating though.
He had the first low light before Westbrook. That joke used to have me laughing, boy.
All right. So all phonies?
Yo.
All phonies. All right. Last man, as Jalen said, Kyle Lowry. For real phony. Is he going to show up this series?
For real. He gonna give Murray problems.
I'm gonna say for real, just because
No, he is.
I think he's gonna be sneaky.
Don't be hating on my boy Kyle, bro.
Just because people don't agree with you, don't mean that they're hating. I need to get that to you. Kyle Lowry, I'll say he's for real just because I can't hate on him, but he might
do all that and say for real.
He might give you 7 a game. He might give you.
No, he won't, bro. He gonna give you a solid 14.
He hasn't scored double-digit points since May 17th.
What was that?
That is,
Yeah, that's
literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games ago.
That was in the series, right?
That doesn't help your argument.
All right, then.
Jalen had that ready in the chamber.
I got a question before we get off here. You done, Tobias?
No, we got done with like the quick hitters.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my God.
Are you done? I don't want to cut you off. All right. Where y'all think Deandre Hopkins gonna go? Let's talk about some football real quick. Baltimore? All right, we can log off.
All right, time for the scripture.
Actually, I got a hot take for real. But y'all didn't answer.
He's not going to Baltimore.
It's not even on projection. So I don't think like the little Vegas betting odds.
Yes, he is, bro. You don't know anything,
bro. Look it up. Look it up then.
I literally can. I know it. Trust me.
I think he came out and
look
said
it up.
I think
the top 3 teams are the Chiefs, Bills, and the Ravens.
I mean, if I was him, I would go.
I'd go to the Bills.
Bills, Chiefs. If he's trying to win, he should go to Chiefs. If he's trying to win, obviously, it's dumb. That's the easy one.
That's a Warriors move.
But that point, at his age, I could care less. Like at that point, at his age and his career, I could care less what people say.
It's not a Warriors move because they don't really even have a receiver.
And is Deandre Hopkins still the best receiver in the league?
Huh?
Is he still the best receiver in the league?
DeAndre Hopkins?
Hmm?
Nah.
I feel like best receiver in the league is up for debate. Honestly, that's
he hasn't had over 1,000 yards since in like 4 years.
Yeah, KD was like 1 or 2 when he went to the Warriors.
Yeah.
Did DeAndre Hopkins not have a 1,000-yard season his first year with the Cardinals?
No, I don't think so. He's only been there like 2 years, right?
Was it this year? This year, I think he had.
Because I think both years he got injured, and then last year he was suspended for.
Yes,
the
drugs.
I say that 1 year they were going crazy. I forgot he did get hurt.
To be honest, he hasn't been. I mean, yeah, I guess he was hurt. But Houston's the last time he was like blowing up like that. Like there was D-Hop.
It's because of Kyler. Because Kyler's not that good. My hot take is, I think college football should have a same system as European soccer in terms of relegation. I think they should have different leagues. I think it'll make it better because it can have like different upper leagues, not like D1, D2, D3, but like all the D1 teams in different levels. And then the top 3 teams can move up to the upper level, and the bottom 3 teams move down to a lower level.
So basically like conferences.
Yeah, like conferences, but at levels. They're not on the same playing field, but
like SEC would be at the top, like
and then Big Ten.
First, like I guess like standing
feel
from like revenue wise, I feel like it's a good move. But like as a college football fan, like the real reason why I like college football is the upsets. I love it because of upsets and stuff. And like seeing like, Cincinnati, they made the college football playoffs and stuff like that. That leaves them, that suits them from that opportunity to be able to compete on that stage. Like
Not
Georgia
really,
Southern.
because they
I
can
mean,
still,
it does if so. Yeah, explain how the
they can
relegation.
still be there. And then it would also make for better, the teams at the bottom aren't necessarily always losing. So say they're at the bottom of the division of the level 1 league, they can go down to level.
Explain. You would
Yeah,
have to
explain
explain the
it,
level.
explain
You'd
it,
have to
bro.
explain the levels in more depth.
I mean,
Like,
I
can't-
don't have
can't-
all that right now, but
Like, can a team like Kennesaw, can they still go to the national championship in the
yeah,
system?
if they work their way up, yeah,
No, I mean in the same season.
huh?
Can the same season, can they like go to the national championship? Can Kennesaw do that? Like
What do
if
you
is
mean?
that
Like if they're in the lower level, like if
Yeah,
they're
lower
top
Trying to
level?
move up the rank.
yeah.
No, they're not. You can only go to the next level at that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like that's why I don't think
But
that's why
Kennesaw-
personally I wouldn't like that.
But Kennesaw's
personally.
not going to the national championship now. So that
I mean,
doesn't
but
matter.
I'm saying, but that's why I said that personally, me, the college football fan in me, that's why you live to see moments like that. See, like Tulane facing USC or make it to New Year's Six bowl game. You live to see like
But
Cincinnati making it to that.
you would still have good and bad teams like relative to each other in those divisions. It would just be so you can still get the upsets. It just be now the bottom tier teams are actually still fighting for something. They're trying not to get relegated down to a lower level. And then the upper tier teams are still fighting for that championship at the top.
What are those levels based on? What would they be based on?
I don't know. That would be going into more depth of it. But
Does each level get their own like type of championship, or
Yeah.
they're only fighting?
yeah, you
So-
get a championship, and then your prize along with the championship is moving up to the next level.
So in soccer, y'all, it's based on a point system, right?
Yeah,
To move in and out of the levels.
yeah.
I think that would be something. I think that could be a system, like you're saying, but for like difficulty of win or something like that.
That would be objective though, or subjective, whatever.
I mean, it's already as objective as it gets, bro. Like,
yeah, but difficulty of win is. I mean, you could do.
like I'm saying, like, say, like Kennesaw beat. God knows this would never happen. Alabama, they would get like 10 points for that, rather than them beating a team like Duke and get
Bro,
like 2
I
points.
don't even in the lower levels of soccer, they don't even have some of the leagues don't even have. Well, they have points, but based on those points, they still have a playoff round at the end of the season. So after those points, you can still have the playoff at the top of that level. It's like the top 4 teams are in the playoffs.
Like
You don't think that would be something? Sorry, you don't think that would be something like a participation award?
What do you mean?
In a way, like the lower level teams still win.
I feel like because they have no chance of winning anyway, it gives them something to fight for. Like a Kennesaw will never. I mean, unless something crazy happens, Kennesaw will never be on an Alabama level.
Mhm.
So they'll never be able to win a national championship.
I
So
mean,
think it gives people that's D1 a chance to actually win something that they necessarily won't be able to win, like something major.
but I mean, like I said, but from revenue, like I think this is perfect. Like revenue, it definitely helps, make college football more popular. You've got the best of the best facing all the best. Like you ain't got to worry about, some like another thing like TCU being in the national
Man, if
championship.
the
And
top
you
10
ain't worry
teams
about
just
that,
played
so
each other all year and they play each other twice,
it would
that would
definitely
be
help the revenue.
insane, bro.
It would be.
And that would actually
But,
be
like,
better than hoping for an upset.
But if you
Best at the beginning of the season.
That's the thing. Like you have to come up with some kind of system to
Like
be
a
able
team
to
like
rank
TCU
them.
would have never got to the
exactly, that was my point. Yeah.
Not necessarily, because if TCU is in that first level already, then they still
They
have
wouldn't.
a chance.
TCU definitely not gonna be that first level. TCU
Well,
probably in this
You're
third.
not,
fourth
you're not,
level.
you're not basing it on anything.
in the season. That would have to be like a next season award if
Yeah.
each level has a championship.
Yeah, it would have to.
Yeah.
It would probably have to start like the pre-rankings, and then the years after that would inform.
But still,
the
it
year
still
after
wouldn't
that.
help.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, at
because,
the end of the day, it's gonna be subjective. There's gonna be
Yeah.
some kind of subjectivity to it.
because like if you think back to that, I'm not sure if y'all remember that 07 season where it was like Missouri and West Virginia were number 2. Or number 1 and number 2. And like no one knew, like, and I think it ended up being like Alabama and somebody else, but that was like a chaotic year. Everyone's getting upset. You had all these teams like Duke and these teams you've never seen before, these two 1-star programs all in the top 10. And they were actually good teams. Like they weren't flukes. They were good football teams at that time. Like in this system, that kind of gets rid. That's what I mean, from what I'm understanding about it so far, it feels like that gets rid of it. But for revenue, I think it's perfect.
I mean, okay, but like you just said, that happened one time in 2007. So we're getting rid of one moment that happened one time in 2007.
Small moments like that happen every year. Like there's always one team that makes it, that has like a Cinderella story run, and that's what I feel like a lot of college football fans, they live for, to see that.
I would have one more question, and we can move on. How would that? I guess, how would you see it going against conference championships and then them expanding the actual playoffs?
They need to expand that thing. They need to
expand the actual playoffs.
Yeah, like.
Well, I mean, it would be a totally different system. So it would. I wouldn't even think.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like additively speaking to what they already have going.
No. It would have to be a total different system. I just personally think that would be better for college football, to give more, especially fans of smaller schools that don't win anything but is in D1, a chance to actually have.
I feel like those are the only teams that are up.
The Bourbon Bowl.
That'll kind of, all right. So like, say you took the top 100 teams and then you split up into 4 divisions, I guess, to like the top 25, and you keep the system kind of how it already is with the top 25. After every week you play, you win, you move up, lose, move down, stuff like that. And then at the end of the season, you have a little playoff system for the 25 for each little thing. And then, the winners come out, and then that's how you calculate who moves up and down for the next season.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, it would have to be like the first season would have to be based on something completely different from the years after that.
Well, yeah, of course.
I guess the first
season would probably just have to be based off the previous season. So like the top 100 rankings of each school from the previous season.
And then the losing teams are playing for something. And then that's gonna ruin recruiting, because if you just went down into the division, you also don't want to go down because you're gonna lose recruiters that you might have gotten, because they're not gonna come down and play in the lower division.
And in the small schools, you move up a division, and now you about to get some more recruits. Like, look, we competing now with these.
I think that system would actually show who's the literal best team.
It would,
because like
it definitely would.
You're not getting those 4 or 5 wins from those trash schools.
Yep.
Like you facing dogs every week.
Yeah.
I think that would get. I think that might get them players more prepared for the NFL.
I feel like something that's going to happen. I feel like something like that's going to end up happening, because like there's two.
I don't think there's a one size fits all fix though. Because like the small schools are going to be mad at something. The big schools are going to be mad at something. The intermediate schools are going to be mad at something. You can't fix it all.
Yeah, not college football. It's just too many teams. They can do NBA too with the G League.
Look, who be the first team in the G League?
Thing with them is the contracts though. First team in the G League from last year. Who was the worst team? The Rockets.
The Magic and the Rockets.
They would have fell, and then the best G League teams would have came up.
I think the Pistons won 13 games.
Can you imagine Cade Cunningham playing in a G League again? Or he had to go to the G League next year? What'd you say?
He would be hot. I said I know he would be hot. Like
it would be bad because, like, remember when the Warriors was hurt that one season and they was like the worst team in the league? Imagine the Warriors.
Yeah, they come back full strength and they go, I don't know how many games they play, but like 100-0.
Go down to the
they're probably still losing games. They don't know that. Them basketball games, bro. Anything can happen.
Yeah. But all right, we had a long one. I don't know. I guess it's long. They all feel long to me.
Jamie, you ain't said nothing in
this was long.
Yeah, they know what we're talking about.
All right, we're gonna go on to the scripture of the day, scripture of the week, excuse me. It's gonna come from Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. It says, the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. It's a proverb for you right there. So watch what you say. Watch what you say. The power of life or death is on your tongue.
That's a
Dig. All right. Well, good podcast. Was it long? I can't tell if it was long. It felt long. Anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, or subscribe on YouTube. Get us on Apple Podcasts, Apple Maps, Spotify, everything. We everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So until next time, we'll see y'all. Make sure you put your hot takes, comments, and we saw like a long thread, an essay the other week. If you have an essay to type in the comment or something. But until next week, we'll see y'all. Peace.
All right.
You never heard of me?